Stefan Robinson, and I know the buses are still coming in, but if Ashely Wallace or William Rivera is here to come up, because we have Congressman Norcross next. So if you're here, Ashely or William, if you come on down, it'd be helpful. Stefan? Stefan called me the other day, or texted me, I forgot which it was, but he texted me and said, you know, we talked about business casual as the wardrobe for the day, and he said, I want to wear something different. I think we need to give him the award for being the best dressed man in Washington, D.C. I couldn't handle it, but you can. Stefan.
Good afternoon, guys. First and foremost, I would like to thank for being here today. Donald Norcross, I know that expectations of Camden County, which I reside in, is a big impact on housing and homeless. First and foremost, I would like to discuss homeless and affordable housing. Subsidy housing and affordable housing with homeless is a big impact in Camden County. First off, let me by saying that we all need somewhere to live. I feel that being homeless is not an aspect, it's more of a privilege. First off, when you're homeless in cold blue weather, you have nowhere to live. And it's saddening that us as Americans, we don't have that aspect to look at different things across New Jersey. Trying to understand that homeless is not acceptable. I feel that when you're homeless and you have no aspect in life, you want to go out there and reach for different things. Living in Camden County, I'm originally from Jersey City, has taught me a lot. It has taught me to look at different things in myself that, living in New Jersey has been a big impact. First and foremost, I am in support of housing. I do believe that it's very helpful. I do believe that, if I didn't have supportive housing, where would I be? And I feel that, when you're dealing with homeless, it can become a big narration of what we can become. How can we help? What can we store? And I have grown a lot from that. I have done things as for myself. When I see people out there with money. It's like putting yourself in somebody else's shoes. How would it feel if you're homeless on the street and not realizing that you don't have no place to go? And I know winter time has come. So when it was 22 inches of snow, imagine that. Step back for 1 second. Think about it. It's hard to understand that overcoming barriers and overcoming obstacles can be very different. Because we're not there, but we know. And I think as we know, we grow. And as we grow, more things happen. And it benefits. It benefits us in New Jersey, it benefits us in Camden, and everywhere. Just not New Jersey in general. Everywhere in America. And dealing with an issue that has a very impact on budget cuts and subsidies and things like that, we have overcome. First, and also, I would like to sit there and thank Camden County because even though I'm from Jersey City, I love to represent the whole New Jersey. I feel like I can do 20 things in 1 million times, but sometimes you have to step back and put yourself in a place where, there are people out there that need us, and our voice is meant to be heard. And if we're not meant to be heard, then what are we fighting for? Why are we here? Sometimes you ask yourself, why are we here? I definitely ask myself that sometimes, but why am I in this place? And, what is my passion? What is my contribute to this? And I say to myself that I can and I will not stop whatever my passion is to hopefully and gradually help New Jersey and help, homeless and help affordable housing, help cuts and things like that. I work in the agency and in collaborative support services. My boss, Karen, who I dearly, compassionately respect and honor, and working for CSP has helped a lot. Because we deal with outreach, we deal with going in the community and helping people, and that's our whole aspect is to give back because we have come a long way. And she has taught me driving vision and perspective, and I cannot ask for nothing better than that. And that's what I have to say.
I wanted to bring up Ashely Wallace and her 2 lovely children. She's also from the district and also lives in supportive housing. Ashely, if you can
might want to say something too.
She may be the one to answer the question and get Congress to work again.
Right. Well, hello. My name is Ashely Wallace. I represent RHD, Campus Supportive Housing. This is my team. I just basically wanted to say, how housing helped me and my family. As a youth, I was in group homes. Unfortunately, I was in Camden, New Jersey, which I'm proud to say, excuse me. I lost both my parents to addiction, so I was on my own at a young age. I want to say I was homeless, but I had a lot of help through the state and everything. It was good to me. Throughout my years of RHD, it'll be 8 coming up soon. I was able to do a lot. I went to pick up a trade. I graduated that. I pursued that career. I'm enrolled now, working on my bachelor's. I'm actually not from this state. I was born here, but I never lived here. So I'm from Florida. So coming here, it's very difficult to be here. And I do have a significant other. We're not married, but we do plan on getting married. And just our incomes together is still not enough to live in a decent neighborhood, which I still am in Camden County, which I love my city, but I'm outside of it in Audubon. I'm not too sure if anybody's familiar. Very, very beautiful borough. I gave my children an opportunity to go to a good school. I want them to do well in life. They don't have to struggle always because, of financial difficulties. So with my program, I was able to excel. I was able to do better for myself, which is better children, because that's my main focus. Because I believe that, and I do have other children. I have two more also, and I believe that they're gonna make me rich one day. Besides my bachelor's degree, my children they're gonna get me out. Because I raised them well. I try anyway. I'm not the best, but I'm not the worst. So this is my son Nico. Say hi. Hi Nico. Hello. This is my newest addition, Saya. Stuck to my hip, as you can see. So we've been fortunate, indeed. And I just want to say thank you to my team, Ms. Kristen over here, and all her team. RHD, which is actually, I think I was the second or third person in this program. So it's 8 years running this year, and it's helped me out a lot. And I honestly can say I came a long way as I don't want to say juvenile delinquent, but I was a piece of work. So and they worked on me. And honestly, with my caseworker, I don't think she's in the room right now, with Sabrina Cargill, I wouldn't be half the woman that I am today if it wasn't for her.
Actually, I have 2 children that have been waiting to be rich, but all I seem to do is spend more money on them. I just shared that with you, but we'll go with that. Before I introduce Congressman Norcross, if you're in his district, if you're the greatest county in New Jersey, in Camden County, come down because we want you in the photograph. I know the buses finally arrived from Trenton and Camden, so come down. We don't want the congressman to go back and have a picture just with a man in a tuxedo. So we need people here. Please come down. Congressman Norcross, it's a pleasure to introduce you and have you with us. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you. I, quite frankly, love to hear the stories. Billy Pasquale, good friend, certainly talked about some of the nuts and bolts of how money moves around. I want to talk about the human side of what you do and what you're involved in and everything. I live in Camden City. I live in the Victor building, for those of you who are familiar. It's where they used to make Victrola. For you younger ones, that's like a record player, CD. You get it. My kids used to put Legos on the turntable just to see them spin off. They had no idea. The point I'm trying to make is I love my city, but we had some distinctions over the course of the last few decades. One of the proudest cities, RCA, Campbell Soup, the New York Shipyard, tens of thousands of people working and living. But like so many urban centers, we have been challenged. And unfortunately, going back a few years, we had the distinction of having the highest murder rate, not just New Jersey or the U.S., but in North America. We also had the distinction of having the highest poverty rate. Those are things that you usually don't put a star on and say you're proud of. We looked at it and understood that we can't continue this insanity. So we started as a group, and it's somewhat unique in America in that each of the level of government worked together. It wasn't about who was getting credit or who did this. We had a great team from our freeholder, our mayor, certainly the state legislature with Nielsen and Pat Jones and others, to try to look at and identify how we can change people's lives. And we understood a few things. Number one is public safety. People have to understand and be safe. I go home each and every night and I see the faces of those who don't have a place to sleep. Up under the bridge, 676, down the waterfront, day in and day out, as they get up and go over to the Cathedral Kitchen, does a terrific job. But I pray for the day where Cathedral Kitchen is no longer feeding those homeless folks, but are providing job training as a primary goal. See, I understand that a job is one of the most valuable assets that you can feed yourself, provide for your family. And that's what we're trying to do. That homelessness is just not about creating a shelter and a bed where somebody can put their head around, but it's about wrapping the entire person. So it's education, for mental health issues. We have to make sure we address those. That Dr. Brenner, who is one of the most brilliant people that I've ever run into, who did the studies concerning medical services and how we can do that, is focused on what you're focused on, trying to take a holistic approach to give people an opportunity in this greatest country in the world, where people don't have a place to put their head at night and feel safe. That they're more likely to be victims of crime, whether they're from here in our country or have immigrated. And for those of here who come through different ways and means, they won't report those crimes. You know what happens. We know what happens. Because they're afraid if they were reported that they were raped, that somehow would be put into the immigration category and then somehow shipped out. That's not the America that I grew up in. So I look at this as one of the most important things we can do, is to have a rising tide lift all boats, that everybody has an opportunity to call someplace home, where they feel safe, where they have an opportunity for a job and a future. The men and women behind me, I can't thank enough. I ran a small nonprofit for 5 years called UOSS. Many of you might know it as First Call for Help. That was a United Way agency. See, after becoming an electrician, I became a social worker. It's something that not many people know. But each and every day we would take phone calls, conversations of those who were seeking help. And we saw firsthand what that was. And decided to make a change. Now, it's not me that's changing it. It's all of us working together. Whether it's here, down in Washington, or Trenton, where we have some challenges. But more importantly, where the rubber hits the road. Places like Camden City. And it's not only Camden, you know that. But somehow, everybody finds their way to Camden. Because the things that happen in Camden, they wouldn't allow in Cherry Hill or Voorhees, would they? They wouldn't. But we have a lot of compassionate people who care. Absolutely care, working together. So just as Camden has made a tremendous change, and we like to call it Camden Rising, but that rising needs to lift everybody. God bless you for what you do, and thank you very much.
Thank you very much. There are a lot of people from Camden County behind you. It took me a while to get them all to come up here, but we do appreciate you being here and the work that you're doing to fight for this. I do want to mention that Stefan's organization is going to be opening a new supportive housing residence in the county in September 16th. And we would really appreciate it if you could be in as a Friday afternoon, if you could help cut the ribbon, because that's what transferring housing is all about, is opening doors and making things happen. So if you can come back and do that, we will have even more people here from Camden County to help celebrate. Thank you very much for coming.